There is an ongoing debate in social media about haircuts and size and length of hair in secondary schools. We will not tolerate it today, we will not tolerate it tomorrow, and so long as we are molding character. If we give in to hair today, tomorrow it will be shoes, and the next day it will be the way they dress. Therefore, as part of our disciplinary measures, headmasters and GES, you are accordingly empowered to take full control of how students behave on your campuses. So anybody who thinks that your child will walk into any institution of learning as if that child, forgive my words, was to attend a beauty contest, the school environment is not for that purpose and not cut for that purpose, and would not tolerate that as an institution. Togbe Chairman, there is a lot of growing indiscipline in our schools, some even with teachers abusing learners. We would not accept that. We would apply heavy sanctions to any teacher who wants to take advantage of a learner.
Well, but does this pronouncement finally end the debate that first gained national attention 4 years ago when Tyrone Magai challenged Achimota School over similar issues of personal expression and school rules? Let's hear again from the Director of Africa Education Watch, Kofi Asare.
I am on the side of the law. A similar issue went to court years ago, and the courts pronounced that schools may have their rules for dressing and hair, etc., to the extent that it is necessary for the regulation of conduct and discipline in schools. However, such rules must be consistent with the constitutional rights of students or learners, and that it shouldn't impinge on their right to religion, the right to education, etc. And so to the extent that trimming one's hair, which is not a manifestation of one's religion, takes place in our senior high schools, I don't see it contradicting the pronouncement of the High Court in the Rastafarian versus Achimota school case. And that is why I have no objection to the rule in question.
Meanwhile, some of you in Accra have also been sharing your views on the minister's directive. Take a listen.
The question is, what does hair got to do with academics? And then in the first place, you are saying that she's going to be indisciplined and all that. But in schools, you have rules and regulations that you abide to. And these rules are those that are governing the schools. So you can't say she shaving the hair is going to make her disciplined. No, at least there should be standards.
I think it doesn't really make sense because I don't see the correlation with hair and studies. We those in the university, most of us have hair, and then we are still doing well. So it doesn't mean a child in the SHS is going to do bad just because she has hair or she's going to be indisciplined. We're crying every day because why would I keep my hair, see the length, and then now because of school, I should cut it. It's not fair.
Oh, okay, but cutting hair is not part of academic excellence because someone can braid hair or someone can cut the hair. The one who is on braid can be better than that one. The person who has cut the hair, that one there I disagree. So if they don't want the student to braid their hair when entering the senior high school, they should go for natural hair, like they can braid cornrow or twist.
Say the all Canadian to me. A good idea.
I personally disagree with him because I don't support the haircut idea. Everyone performs differently when it comes to academics.
In Kumasi, Irabna Akwe hits the streets to find out what Ghanaians really think about compulsory hair shaving for girls in school.
Well, most people say if they trim the hair, it makes them, prompt and more prim. for school, but I really think it's not necessary, because if they are keeping a uniform hairstyle, it's more better than to force them all to trim their hairs.
I think that's the rules of the game. We are all made to play the same game. So I don't think it was a bad idea, but there should be some consideration for some people, because I don't see this girl trimming her hair like from infancy. So I think there should be some caveats for students who are also have medical issues.
The teachers of today are the problem. If you braid your hair and look nice, they will impregnate you and destroy your life. I really like their hair shots.
It could be just a cornrow with no extension, and then they are good to go. To me, I don't encourage them shaving their hair. I think they should let them be free. Like, the most important thing is about they learning and then passing.
It is the choice of the parents. I won't allow my children to trim their hair because some children could develop problems. I think it's good for them to trim. If your teacher braids their hair and you also braid your hair, you're trying to prove you're on the same level. Humble yourself as a child to be taught.
Girls, when they keep their hair, they try to style it when they are in school. So that will make their attention be divided when maybe learning, or like even some of their colleagues, the boys' attention to be divided in the classroom.
Our teachers, they will be like, oh, if they braid their hair, they might not focus solely on their studies. But I think it should be up for debate. It should be up for debate whether they should choose. They should have the choice to choose whether they should trim their hair or they should be.
Whether this movement leads to a change or not, it is clear that Ghana's next generation wants their identity to be part of the lessons taught in school. For Joy News, Erabna Akwe Kumasi.
Citizen TV, Accra, Ghana. Citizen TV, the citizen's power.